Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Despite this postseason, Kevin Durant is one of the greatest playoff performers of all time. He's 4th all-time in career points per game in the playoffs, and 4th all-time in career points per game in the finals. He also, of course, is a 2-time champion and 2-time finals MVP. So in this video, I will be ranking the top 5 greatest playoff performances by Kevin Durant in his career. Number 5, the 2021 first round Nets vs Celtics Game 4. This was peak scary hours right here. This was the second last playoff game KD, Kyrie, and James Harden all played together. It was a pretty ridiculous one though, y'all. Kyrie had 39, Harden had 23 points and 18 assists, and KD had 42 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds on 14 of 20 shooting. That's 70% from the field. He was perfect from 3, perfect from the free throw line. The Nets won the game 141 to 126. Just beautiful basketball played in this game by the Nets, and a phenomenal game by KD. Number 4, Game 3 of the 2018 NBA Finals against Cleveland. For the second straight year, Game 3 of the Finals was an epic duel between KD and LeBron, and for the second straight year, KD came up on top. KD had 43 points, 7 assists, and 13 rebounds on 15 of 23 shooting, 65%, and 6 of 9 from the 3, that's 66%, including an extremely deep 3 to seal the game with 50 seconds left. KD had more points than the rest of the starting lineup combined in this game. Curry shot 3 for 16 in this game, had 11 points. Clay shot 4 for 11 and had 10 points. The rest of the starting lineup had 41 combined. KD himself had 43. He was terrific and closed Game 3 and pretty much closed the series for the second year in a row. Number 3, 2019 playoffs first round, Game 6 against the Clippers. This was an interesting playoff series. It was a 1-8 matchup, and obviously the Warriors were heavily favored to win, but the Clippers ended up stealing 2 games on the road in this series. The Warriors blew a 31-point lead in Game 2 against the Clippers at home. And then despite 45 points from KD, they ended up losing Game 5 at home as well. But then for Game 6, KD decided there's no more playing around, and so he went and dropped 50 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds on 15 of 26 from the field and 6 of 14 from 3. He was making tough shot after tough shot. It was so fun to watch him dominate this game. It felt like he couldn't miss. Lou Williams had to tell the reporters that they tried to defend him, it just didn't work. Even though it was against the 8th seed, anytime you score 50, it's impressive, especially on the type of shots he was taking and how efficient he was. Number 2, 2021 playoff second round, Game 7 against Milwaukee. This was one of the greatest basketball games I've ever seen in my life. It's all you can ask for in a Game 7. 2 superstars playing phenomenally, and the game coming down to multiple last shots. Kevin Durant, in Game 7, having to carry the biggest load of his career, dropped 48 points, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds on 17 of 36 shooting and 4 for 11 from 3. He was 17 of 30 shooting before overtime, but then of course he went 0 for 6 in overtime, and unfortunately for him, the Nets lost the game 115 to 111. At the end of regulation though, he hit one of the clutchest shots of all time. It would have been even more clutch if his foot wasn't on the line, because then it would have been a 3 and it likely would have won the game. But even still, that was an all-time clutch shot, which unfortunately won't be remembered because they lost the game. But despite the loss, this was an all-time game, an all-time performance, the most points scored ever in a Game 7 by a player. Kevin Durant holds that record. If only he had a little more help, if only his foot wasn't on the line, we'll never know. But that was an all-time performance. His best playoff performance though is obviously from the 2021 playoffs in the second round, Game 5 against the Bucks in that same series. This was a spiritual experience to watch. KD had 49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists, along with 3 steals and 2 blocks. He shot 16 of 23 from the field, that's 69%, and 4 of 9 from 3. He actually missed 3 free throws that game, and so he could have had a 52-point triple-double. He played all 48 minutes and was excellent offensively and defensively, and led the Nets to a 17-point comeback and a 12-point comeback in the fourth quarter. That is one of the greatest performances you'll ever see, and according to Game Score, which is an advanced stat that takes into account points, assists, and rebounds, and a bunch of different stats, according to Game Score, Kevin Durant had the third best playoff game of all time, only behind Charles Barkley, who had a game with 56 points and 14 rebounds, and then Damian Lillard in that crazy game against Denver when he had 55 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. Kevin Durant played all 48 minutes, elite offense, elite defense, with no Kyrie. James Harden had 5 points coming back from injury. Blake Griffin and Jeff Green definitely stepped up, but other than that, it was a Kevin Durant carry job to carry them from a 17-point deficit, and he did it. That was just crazy to watch, making shot after shot. Then he made a deep dagger 3 off the dribble at the end of the shot clock to seal the game. That was just ridiculous to watch, and that's peak Kevin Durant. 1 year off from an Achilles injury. That's peak Kevin Durant. He got clamped up by the Celtics this year, but that is peak Kevin Durant, and hopefully he can return to that form in next year's playoffs. But anyway, y'all, that will do it for this video. For more content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.